friends, it is day 31 of Vlogmas. I did it. Yay! So today I was just gonna do for you guys, I'm pouring my coffee by the way, so I'm not looking at you. I was just gonna do for you guys my December wrap up for what I read, but I thought, you know what? We have to end Vlogmas with a vlog. So it's gonna be a short one because we're just at work today. Nothing super fun happening. Coming home, early night probably. Might have an apple martini because my husband got a cocktail shaker set, as you can see over here. And he's making some really nice evening cocktails for us. But to start off my morning, I have my coffee. I have my breakfast. I'm going to eat it. And then I have basic hair and makeup today. Nothing too crazy. Going to work. Yeah, come home. And I will do my December wrap up as part of this vlog for you guys. Vlog style December wrap up to end off Vlogmas. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I sincerely appreciate it. I had fun making these. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in just a little bit. Okay, here it is. Breakfast table full of snacks from Christmas still. My assortment of multivitamins and my standard regular breakfast for a regular day, which is just some frozen berries. I thaw them out a bit and I put plain Greek yogurt on top, and this is the Wegmans or Walden Farms caramel syrup. I get it here in my city at a local supplement store, Popeyes. So if you guys have a Popeyes supplements in your area, it is a nice addition. 0 calories. It's good. I believe it's okay or good for people with diabetes also, but check into that. Yeah, the strawberry one's my favorite. The caramel one's pretty good too. On my little bit of Greek yogurt just to give it some flair, because Greek yogurt kind of tastes like sour cream if you don't add anything to it. So that's what I've got for breakfast and my standard black coffee. Okay, we're ready to roll out and get this New Year's Eve work day started. I have on my blonde shirt, my blonde sweater by Brunette the Label. I love this sweater. I'll wear it as much as I can. It's cold out today, so we have our toque. We have our new mittens. And let's take a minute. That's right. Here they are. The donut socks. They're so freaking cute. Okay. So cute. So there we go. I'm going to put on my jacket. I'm going to get in the car. And to start this day off properly, I have an empty travel mug. Because we're going to get a holiday Starbucks beverage before they're gone. Because I know they go away in January sometime. And might as well have one to end off Vlogmas. I think today it might be the caramel brulee latte. The OG favorite holiday beverage. The caramel brulee latte. Work is over. It's New Year's Eve. I got a Lush box from their one and only sale they do every year for Boxing Day. I managed to snag some bubble bars and some bath bombs, and they came in record time. So I've just cut the tape for you guys, but as you see, everything is still in its biodegradable packing peanuts. And I will share with you guys what I got. So, to start, we have all these little baggies. This is called Polar Plunge, and it smells kind of minty. Yeah, spearminty, kind of. Now I have iridescence on my nose. But it's adorable. It looks like a little polar bear. And it's a bath bomb. No, this one's a bubble bar. So this one will probably do me 2 baths, so I'd cut it in half and put half in each time. But I'm really liking the smell of this one. I kind of wish I got a couple of them, but I think I got a couple of them, but not nearly enough as I'm going to want, I have to tell you that. So now I know for next year. This is a new one I haven't tried before. Sorry about that. You guys are out of focus. Let me fix you. There we go. Much better. Is that better? Next, I think I know what this one is just by the feel of it. Yeah. This is the Snow Fairy. Hi, Kieran. Get out of here. This is the Snow Fairy Bubble Bar. It smells like Snow Fairy. If you're familiar with Comforter and Sunshine, I think is the other one, it is, you're gonna have to deal with this because like I said before, if I'm on the floor, she thinks we're playing. So she's just gonna run around in front of the camera, so sorry about that. And here comes the cat. So she might be in this too. It's a family affair, this Lush haul. So this one is a little bit shimmery, but not too much. And it's like a hot pink color. And it smells like Snow Fairy. So if you're familiar with Lush, Snow Fairy is their iconic Christmas scent. It is sweet and a little bit, I don't know if it's really fruity, but it's just sweet and it's a really nice smell, kind of candy-esque. I really like it. I got a bunch of these ones because you see how big these are? These do like close to 3 baths. Usually when I get the Comforter bar, I use them for 3. So I got quite a few of those ones because I know the smell and I know I like it, and they had it in a big size bar this year, and I don't find it's very Christmas wintery smell. I feel like it's just like a nice, clean, sweet smell. This is another Snow Fairy. This is another Snow Fairy roll. I will show you when I get to the other ones, but I will tell you how many I have each. Another Snow Fairy roll. It was buy one get one free, so this is when I buy a couple throughout the year to put it on display in my bath apothecary jar. But for the most part, I buy the stuff I use all during this Boxing Day sale. Whatever I can get my hands on, that's what's happening. All for the Boxing Day sale because it's just too good of a deal, and I don't really, it's going in my tub as long as I smell nice. That's all that matters to me. So another Snow Fairy. Now some things in here do not have baggies. Snow Fairy. Because Lush is all about less packaging, so if they're not like a bubble bar that gets sticky and stuff, or has problems breaking, that's another Polar Plunge. And then they don't put them in bags. So there's some things that are just free floating around in here. Ooh, that's a nice smell. And it's one of our bath bombs. You see the moon in there? I can't quite remember what this one is called. Oh, look. My paper. Now this one is called Angel's Delight. So I got 4 of those. So those are just floating around in here by themselves. We'll see if we can find them all. I think they're in this bottom corner. 2, this guy, Transit, lost his little moon. That's okay, I'll find it and I'll toss it in the bath with this one. It doesn't affect the smell or the quality of the bath bomb. It still gives you just as good of a bath. So, holy smokes, there's another Polar Plunge. So that's 3 of those so far. Another Snow Fairy roll. Another Snow Fairy roll. Oh, I found us a TikTok. A TikTok is a bath bomb, but it is shaped like a little robot, and it's got like an orangey, citrusy smell, and it's really nice. It kind of smells like orange soda, and he looks like this. And he's got some iridescence too. That's like the theme of Christmas. Make it sparkle, I guess. This one smells really good. That's a 1-bather. The bath bombs, I usually don't break them up if they're smaller. And I usually like the smaller ones. I don't like to bother cutting them all up and stuff. It's kind of a pain. So, another TikTok. Another TikTok. And what else we got in here? Another TikTok. And this one is a TikTok. Like I said, I stick to the smells I like. Polar Bear Plunge. And then, at the very bottom, we have another Angel Delight Bath Bomb. And I will just get rid of all these, these are all, oh, what's this? Another TikTok. So these packing peanuts are all biodegradable, which is nice. So I will just dump them in my green bin outside is what's going to happen. And recycle this, and then in the green bin, the, what's it called, compost bin that the city picks up, and then we will recycle the box. But that is what I got from Lush. So in total I got 9 snow fairy bars. So if I use them at 3 each, that's like almost 30 baths. So that's pretty good. Then we have the Polar Plunge. I got 4 of those. So that's another 8. We got the TikToks. We got 6 of those, and we got 4 of the other bath bombs. So these will do me for quite some time, and I'm very excited to have them. Since I'm already on the floor and my books are on the floor, we're just gonna do the December reading wrap up from the floor. The dog is here, so if she walks across the camera, sorry about that, but she is looking kind of sheepish, like she's thinking about maybe doing that. So we're gonna get through these and hopefully power through them before she decides to take her stroll. I read 5 Christmas related books in December. I'm kind of proud of that. December kind of got away from me. I had a lot of stuff to do around the house and work was busy, and I just kind of lost track of time. But I did manage to get through 5 of the books on my list, and in no particular order. I started December off with a bang, and I read the biggest book on my TBR, and it's Christmas at Tiffany's. I enjoyed the main character. However, I felt like Cassie was played the victim a little bit too much, I think. Like, I understand like what happened to her sucked, and but she went from city to city, and her friends set her up in each city with a job and somewhere to stay, and tried to make her choose a new place to live because there's a falling out in the first chapter between her and her husband, and you find that out, and so she leaves, and she's got 3 best friends, and she goes to spend time with each of them. The first place she goes is New York, and they go to Tiffany's on Christmas Eve as part of the thing, so that's kind of where this Christmas at Tiffany's comes from. The second place she goes is Paris to live with her friend Anouk, and I really liked the Paris scenes. They were great. They were well described. The food they talked about just had me like, that was my favorite place that she was in. And then at the end, she's in London. So it's kind of just like a story of her discovering herself. I can say I was a little disappointed because literally there's like a chapter maybe about Christmas in this whole giant book that's called Christmas at Tiffany's. So that had me a little disappointed. And it wasn't the best book I had ever read, but it was good, and I got through it. And Karen Swan, would I read another one of her books? Not sure. She kind of did me dirty by saying it was a Christmas book, right on the cover, and showing, look at the Christmassy scene, and having like 4 pages of Christmas. So, yeah. Not sure. She writes a lot of Christmassy books, but I'm not sure how much Christmas is actually in them. So if you've read any of Karen Swan's Christmassy type of books, let me know in the comments below which ones are good and which ones actually deal with Christmas. Because in December next year, that's what I want. I want Christmas. So this book was good. It wasn't great. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next book on my list is Sugar Cookie Murder by Joanne Fluke. I thought this was fabulous and I loved it. I especially love all the recipes you get in these books. This is so cool. Some of these sound delicious and I might end up trying them because there's not just, I always knew that there was a recipe related to the front of the book, in the book. However, there are actually a number of recipes in each of these books, and some of them, it's like back in the day when you got the community recipe book and everybody would write in their favorite family recipes and put them in. That's kind of how this reads. Like, she makes these recipes and she tweaks them. Hannah, the main character, for her store. She owns a store called the Cookie Jar, and they sell desserts. They do catering stuff. They do that, all kinds of things. And she is in this one. They're actually making a community cookbook. So everyone's recipes, you hear about who in town made it and why it's their special recipe, and they're having like a potluck to test all these recipes that are going to be in this community cookbook. And I was loving that right from the start. And then you throw in a little bit of a kitschy murder, cozy murder, kitschy murder mystery, and this was great. It was just what I wanted. It was whimsical. It was fun. Perfect little cozy-esque murder mystery going on in there. And I don't really like the character of Mike, the police deputy chief. I don't know what he is really, but detective. I don't really like him. And he is in a relationship with Hannah, the main character. And I find him very old school. At one point, he gives Hannah the keys to his car when he's leaving and says, in case you need to get out of here because there's a snowstorm, he has a brand new Hummer. And he's like, take my vehicle, make sure you find a guy around here that can handle it. So, yeah, like he's like that the whole time. So that's the one thing I didn't like about this book. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. The next one I read was Christmas Chronicles. This is basically like a folktale. It's kind of reminiscent, like has like Night Before Christmas vibes of like a guy who every Christmas he tells this story to his family, and his family tells it to other people. Because one night he's out gathering branches for like pine branches for on top of their mantle and all kind of like decorating for Christmas. He is all for the Christmas. As soon as it snows, he's going into the woods to find stuff. And he gets stuck and sees something he shouldn't, and he picks up a green book that basically tells the story of Santa Claus and the magic of Christmas. And part of the thing is the book gets taken back by the owner who dropped it, but because he had obtained it and read it, the owner leaves a note and tells him that he will never forget what he read and then must share it to bring back Christmas spirit. So I really like this. This book, it's short, but it's one of those books that I feel you could read every year at Christmas time and be like my main go-to every year at Christmas time. I read this, just like people do with The Night Before Christmas or Christmas Carol. Christmas Chronicles. It's an advanced reader copy, which is hilarious. I didn't know that. I actually bought it at a charity sale. For every year in our city, there's a giant symphony book sale, and they sell all the books people donate for like $1 or $2, and that's where I got this one. So I know you're not supposed to sell ARCs. So if you get an advanced reader copy, you're supposed to donate it or do something with it. Technically, the person who owned it did donate it to the symphony, and the symphony then sold it, but it's for a good cause, so we'll look the other way. The next book up was another cozy murder mystery. I read Plum Pudding Murder by Joanne Flute. I liked this one just as much as the other one, if not a little bit more. The mystery in this one is darker. It is really, really good. I was very impressed. It was lighthearted around the outside of the mystery, and it was dark when she started to uncover who and why, and our main character does not get away unscathed in this one. You'll have to read it to find out what happens. She is not a detective. She is a bakery owner, and she bakes cookies, and she just happens to always be in the wrong place at the wrong time and find bodies, and thinks she's really good. Her and her sisters band together always, and her mother sometimes comes in there to solve these mysteries, these murders cases, and assist the police department without them knowing that they're assisting them. But it kind of gets her in a bit of hot water in this one, and it's kind of nice to see because it's a reality, right? Like you get in the cozy murders, you get those people who figure out the murder, and they always come away unscathed, that, oh, look how quickly I figured it out, nobody else could. And this one, the twist in this one at the end is really good, because it's like it's realistic. It's like, yeah, this is what happens if you go looking for people that don't want to be found. So this one was really great. I really liked the Christmas setting in this one. It was set around the Crazy Elf, I believe it's called, and it's basically a Christmas wonderland that gets set up in this town to sell ornaments and toys and trees, and Christmas music plays all the time, and there's always Christmas lights going, and this one guy runs it, turns up dead, and then we try to figure out who it is. And the reason why our main character is there and she finds him is because she provided him with a remake of a plum pudding recipe that is delicious and everybody wants it, and they are serving it at the cookie store at this Crazy Elf Christmas lot. So she goes to collect her check and her plate back and see if the guy enjoyed the dessert and if they want to put it on the menu, and they find the body. This one was great. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I really like this. It had me. It had the Christmas vibes. It had the cozy murder vibes. It was really, really good. For what it is, in the grand scheme of cozy murder mysteries, this was a really good one. Again, it has all the recipes in here too. Tons of recipes. There's like little cheese ball recipes in here and everything. So these are good to pick up just for the recipes. And the final book on my list that I read for Christmas 2020 was In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This is your quintessential Christmassy romance novel where our main character, Maylin, gets stuck in a time riff, kind of like the movie Groundhog's Day, if you've seen that. And they are leaving the Christmas cottage where they've always gone her whole life, and all their family, there's 3 families that like meet up there together, her parents and their closest friends and all of their kids, and every year they go, ever since she was a kid. And she's 26 now, and the other older children are 26 and 29, and she leaves the Christmas cottage in the first chapter, and they're driving back to the airport to fly home, her and her mom and her dad. And they've just found out that this cabin, the family that owns it, are going to sell it because they can't afford the upkeep and it needs a lot of work, and they're going to get rid of it. And so the family's all distraught, and they're in a car driving to the airport, and Maylin has done something she doesn't think she should have, and she has regrets about Christmas and how it ended, and she is in a car accident with her family and wakes up back on the plane, heading to the cottage. So, and then this plays a couple of times until she gets to the place where she's told the universe to show her what will make her happy. And so this riff keeps playing until she starts doing things properly and doesn't end up back waking up on the airplane again. So this one was really good. I really enjoyed this. There are some steamy scenes, but the only thing I didn't like is that the adults, the 26 and the 29-year-old adults, kind of read more like YA. They read more like teenagers, and I think it's supposed to be like that because the parents have always put them in a light of that they're kids, but they're not. They are grown adults with jobs. One of them is building a house. One of them is like she's got a job, Maylin, she's not a fan of. They've all been to college. She quits her job. She's moving back home. Like, it's just like adult struggles, but I don't find they're expressed as adults properly, and I know that that's probably on purpose because of how the parents treat them. But it makes for the steamy scenes a little bit awkward. You gotta remind yourself, like, oh yeah, these aren't teenagers. These are like full-grown adults that are sneaking around. And okay, right, I gotta remember that, because at first it's like, ew, how old are they? Like, but no, it's not. That's not the case. So outside of that, I really enjoyed the story, and I really enjoyed most of the characters, especially Benny, the parents' friend Benny. He's like their uncle. He's been around with them since they were born, and he is like a hipster. He is just a fantastic person. In one of the time situations at the cabin, he's the only one that believes her, and he's kind of had a windfall, so to speak, which you find out about, which is kind of cool to read about. It's pretty interesting because that kind of thing does happen nowadays, but once you read it, you'll understand. But I would say Kieran agrees. She liked this book. Once you read it, you'll like it, and I think it's one of their ones that I enjoyed quite a lot. They've written quite a few. This one is probably one of my favorites so far because it's got that Christmassy vibe thrown in there. And I would say, all in all, this was probably a 3.5 star read. So pick this one up. If you like Christina Lauren, this will be right up your alley. And I thought it was a really good Christmassy book, and I'm excited to have it on my shelf and potentially reread next Christmas. Who knows? So that's it for December. That's what I read. 5 books. Not mad about the quality or the quantity, because some of these books were quality, and they might, like, I am rating these books based on a Christmassy vibe and a Christmassy book that I wanted, not based on like plot and characters and like solid literature, because we know it's a Christmas book. You're not getting a solid literature. So that, like, you might get solid literature, but you're not getting like depth and world building that you would with like fantasy. So it's unfair to put them on that pedestal. So I'm rating these strictly as Christmas books rated in the realm of a Christmas book. Did it make me feel happy? Did I like the characters? Was it warm and cozy? Yes. So I say the most impressive book that I really liked the most out of this whole list was In a Holidays. And I would say the book that I liked the least was Christmas at Tiffany's. The only reason I would put it as my least favorite for December is because it only had like 5 pages of Christmas. So to call yourself Christmas at Tiffany's and have like 5 pages of Christmas, and it lost points for me. So that's it. That's what I read in December. Let me know what you read in December. If you read any of these, if you read in Holidays, let me know and comment down below which one was your favorite. Are you going to pick any of these up now that you've heard kind of like what they're about? Yeah, tell me down below. So other than that, that is going to be it for me for day 31 of Vlogmas. I did it. I did it for you guys. 31 days of videos. This one was kind of a compilation vlog and my December TBR. Thanks for coming along with me. I appreciate every like and subscribe, so be sure to like and subscribe down below. Kieran appreciates them as well. And I will be back with more regular content for you guys coming very soon. Thanks for watching.